I told you that Erika Kirk was continuing Charlie Kirk's legacy, and the truth is she's not. Right when Charlie started questioning a specific nation, they took him out. Almost like they just wiped it away, because he was getting too close to the truth. Erika Kirk, the grieving widow who never once smudged her dark eyeshadow, now says the show will go on, and she forgives him. She forgives the man who we know isn't even probably the guy. And guess what? Her father worked for Raytheon's Israeli division. This isn't Charlie's legacy. And here's what we're not supposed to talk about. There is no coroner's report, no church funeral, no burial site, no official
You might want to sit down for this one because the drama just exploded again. It's been barely a month since that chaotic Charlie Kirk scandal set the internet ablaze, and somehow, the storm refuses to fade. The man at the center, Tyler Robinson, is still battling it out in court. But here's the twist that's driving everyone insane. No one knows what's actually happening inside. Reporters describe the trial like it's a classified government operation. No cameras, no phones, no whispers, just eerie silence, as if the truth itself got sealed behind those courtroom walls. But silence can't stop everyone, especially not Candace Owens. She's back, louder, bolder, and ready to light the match again. She's already violated the gag order, and this time, she's coming straight for Charlie's wife, Erika Kirk. Candace claims Erika wasn't just standing by her husband's side. She was pulling the strings from the shadows, orchestrating both Charlie's personal moves and his entire Turning Point empire. According to Candace, Erika had her fingerprints on everything, from business deals to private family decisions. And the way Candace paints it, Erika might have been the real power behind the throne. Now fans are losing it online, questioning whether Charlie ever had control or if Erika was secretly calling every single shot. The internet is in meltdown mode, and everyone's demanding one thing: what was really hiding behind that picture-perfect couple image?
How Erika and Charlie met. Do you want to know how they met? Okay, let's find out.
So if you ask him, this is the typical husband-wife. Like, the husband has a very Spark Notes version, condensed, and then the woman has the longer, more meandering version. So I'll try to blend the two. But the interesting point is that year, that was in August. In May, I had taken a pilgrimage with my mom to Israel. And my whole intention of that trip was to find my future husband. If there was a hole in a rock anywhere to put a prayer, and those of you who've been to Israel, you know, the Wailing Wall, all the different places you can stick a prayer on a little piece of paper, that was me. Like, had a piece of paper everywhere. And so I usually don't tell this part because it's very intimate, but I feel like I should. Bloom where you're planted, right? There's only a few flights out at the night in Israel back to the States. And so I was standing there at the ticket line, and there was a guy who was checking out.
Buckle up, because this story just got even more insane. Ever since Charlie Kirk's shocking and heartbreaking incident, Candace Owens has been moving like a woman on a mission, determined to uncover what no one else dares to say out loud. She's convinced the official story is nothing but a cover-up. And trust me, she's not sugarcoating a thing. Candace is straight up calling it out, saying the facts don't line up, and the way she's exposing it has the entire internet losing its mind. She's pointing fingers at so-called sources for twisting the truth and hiding key details about what really went down. But here's where it gets wild. Candace is even suggesting that the man in custody, Tyler Robinson, might not be the full story at all. That claim alone has social media spinning out of control. Threads, podcasts, live streams, every platform's exploding with people trying to piece together what Candace is hinting at. And she's not just talking. She's dropping screenshots, audio clips, and receipts she says prove her point. The tension around this case is unreal. You can feel it through the screen. Because if even a fraction of what Candace says turns out to be true, it could shake the very core of Turning Point and some very powerful names tied to it. Then came another shocking twist. Turns out, Tyler Robinson wasn't caught after some high-speed FBI chase. His own family reportedly turned him in after recognizing his face on national TV. Imagine that moment, realizing someone from your own bloodline might be tied to one of the biggest controversies in the country. Within hours, the media went berserk. Every major outlet was running with the headline. Soon after, Tyler was taken into federal custody, now standing trial in what people are calling one of the most secretive courtroom battles in modern U.S. history. Total lockdown. No cameras. No recordings. No leaks. Nothing. Reporters describe walking into that courthouse like stepping into a classified world, where silence isn't just expected, it's enforced. No transparency, no access, and absolutely no freedom to speak. It's the kind of environment that drives the internet into overdrive, sparking theories left and right. And just when it felt like things couldn't get more intense, the court dropped a bombshell, a gag order so strict it shut everyone down, including Candace Owens herself. Yep, even Candace, the same woman who's been fearlessly tearing down the official story, has been ordered to keep quiet. But if you know Candace, silence was never her thing.
There's no question, proof that Candace Owens has nothing to do. She would be in a perfect world if they didn't have this. What I already know was a very quiet breakup where she got too rabbit hole for him. She would be the logical heir to the TPUSA throne, but she's not.
Now she's not even invited.
Correct. So this is so their divide is.
Wait a minute, not invited meaning she's not even there.
Yeah, she's not one of the names.
Wait, you don't think she'll be at the funeral?
No. I mean,
not
the heir,
funeral.
The heir to the TPUSA throne.
Doesn't speak at the event.
What's even crazier is, Candace Owens isn't the only one being silenced. Multiple independent creators who've been digging into the same case just got slapped with identical gag orders. And now the question that's burning through the internet is simple. What are they trying to hide? Why silence so many voices at once? Some people say it's just standard courtroom policy, but others are convinced this goes way deeper than anyone realizes. The mystery keeps twisting tighter by the hour, and online investigators everywhere are glued to their screens, trying to decode what's really happening behind the curtain. Every single person remotely linked to this case has been shut down. The court has gone full lockdown, banning reporters, creators, and anyone involved from speaking a single word about the Charlie Kirk investigation. It's like the entire story got erased overnight. No leaks, no coverage, no whispers, nothing. And while the trial drags on, officials are making one thing painfully clear. They don't want the internet shaping public opinion. No podcasts, no commentary, no speculation. Just silence. Total blackout. This heavy-handed move came just weeks after Charlie's heartbreaking incident, when the FBI reportedly began warning online creators about posting unverified details or spinning false narratives. The message was crystal clear: stop talking or face the consequences. But let's be honest, Candace Owens isn't the type to fold under pressure. She's not scared of lawyers, courtrooms, or federal threats. Gag order or not, she's made it clear. She's going to speak her truth. And right when everyone thought she'd finally go quiet, she flipped the entire narrative again. Just days after the court order dropped, Candace went public with another bombshell revelation. This time, she turned her focus on Charlie's wife, Erika Kirk, and even dragged Erika's mother into the chaos, claiming both women played a shadowy role behind the scenes. That single move blew up the internet overnight. Comment sections flooded, live streams clashed, and threads erupted into chaos. People can't stop debating, is Candace really uncovering the truth, or is she crossing a line she can't come back from? Either way, the internet's locked in and no one's looking away. And the way Candace Owens dropped this bomb, you could feel it. This wasn't some random hot take. The tone in her voice said it all. She's sitting on something real. Whatever Candace knows, she's hinting that it's explosive, the kind of truth that could flip this entire narrative upside down. And if she's right, what's coming next could shake everything connected to this story. Now here's where things get straight up insane. Candace is claiming that Erika Kirk wasn't just a loving wife. She was strategically planted in Charlie's life on purpose. That's right, Candace called her a honeypot. Someone sent in to charm, distract, and quietly execute a much bigger plan. According to her, Erika's entire relationship with Charlie might have been part of a long game that's only now showing its real purpose. And here's the part no one saw coming. Candace says that plan worked. Because guess who's sitting at the top of Turning Point America right now? Erika Kirk herself. The woman the world once viewed as Charlie's quiet, supportive partner is now running the entire empire, and the internet's losing its mind over it. Comment sections are blowing up. People are connecting dots, and the question everyone's asking is the same. Was this love or a setup from day one?
Hey, can I ask a question? This might be off topic. How did your mom choose Phoenix?
So she chose to move to Phoenix from Ohio because there was more of an opportunity for a female business owner out here, especially from the standpoint of she was getting involved with the government and Department of Defense. And so she had other business partners that were out here that were already in that industry, even one that was a mentor of hers. So it was really convenient to be able to come all together in one place to really have that. But my father ended up moving out here as well because my grandparents had a home out in Sun City. And so it took a little bit to get everyone out here. It took several years, but by that time, everyone was out here. So we had a little bit more family.
But wait till you hear how this whole thing supposedly started, because this part sounds straight out of a spy movie. According to Candace Owens, the connection didn't happen by accident. It started with Erika's mother. Years ago, her mom reportedly moved to Scottsdale to launch a security firm, but that's not the part that sent jaws dropping. In one of Erika's old interviews, she casually mentioned that her mother had ties to the DOJ and Homeland Security. Yeah, she said that on record. Now think about that for a second. If her mom really had those kinds of connections, that means she wasn't just an ordinary businesswoman. She might have had access to government circles, confidential data, and powerful people most of us could never even dream of meeting. And now, with Erika Kirk sitting at the top of Turning Point America, people are starting to ask, was all this just luck or a carefully calculated climb? Because the timing is way too perfect. Right after Charlie's tragic incident, Erika suddenly steps up and takes control of one of the most politically powerful organizations in the country. The internet's losing its mind over it. Online detectives are digging through old interviews, business filings, even forgotten video clips, trying to figure out if this was pure coincidence or a long-term setup. And here's where it gets even spicier. Rumor has it, Erika's mother didn't just guide her career. She trained her. Yeah, whispers online claim she molded Erika into what some are calling a honeypot. A woman designed to charm her way into influence, wealth, and elite circles of power. Sounds unbelievable, right? But the deeper you look, the harder it gets to brush off. But once you start connecting the dots, things stop feeling random and start looking way too perfect. Think about it. Erika Kirk won Miss Arizona on her very first try. That kind of win doesn't just fall from the sky. It's got people wondering if her rise was pure talent or something far more calculated. The timing, the moves, the connections, it's all too precise to ignore. And if you think that's where the coincidences stop, just wait. According to Erika, she met Charlie Kirk for the first time while she was in Israel with her mom. But that's where Candace Owens drops another bombshell. She claims it was Erika's mother who actually encouraged her daughter to get close to Charlie in the first place. Now people are asking the question that's breaking the internet. Was this a love story or a setup that's been years in the making? Seriously, what are the odds? They meet abroad, then cross paths again when Charlie interviews Erika for a job at Turning Point USA. And from that moment, everything between them started moving fast. Too fast. But hold on, because this is where things spiral out of control. Candace is now hinting that Erika might have had ties to foreign intelligence contacts, the kind of silent power players who operate in the shadows, pulling strings without ever showing their faces. She's even suggesting those same connections may have played a role in what happened to Charlie. According to her, the true insider behind everything wasn't some distant stranger. It was someone right next to him the entire time. Now, let's be real. These are still just claims. But the internet doesn't care. People are obsessed. Some think Candace is chasing headlines, while others believe she's finally exposing a secret so big it could change everything. Either way, this story has gone from shocking to flat-out explosive. And just when you think it can't possibly go any deeper, it does. Candace now claims Erika Kirk wasn't just the supportive wife everyone saw. Behind closed doors, she allegedly held major control over Charlie's life, both personally and professionally. People who work near them say that long before Charlie's sudden incident, Erika was already calling the shots inside Turning Point. Even without her name on the board, Candace insists Erika's reach stretched far beyond simple influence. She had access, authority, and quiet control that nobody outside the inner circle ever knew existed. And now, with her sitting in Charlie's old chair, that control looks stronger than ever.
As if the Charlie Kirk saga couldn't get any more bizarre, the trial of Tyler Robinson is starting off on a very interesting path. Judge Tony Graff, who's just been on the bench for 56 days, you would think that they would get someone with a little bit more experience, has imposed one of the strictest gag orders I've ever heard of, prohibiting anyone connected to the case from speaking to the media, citing concerns about pre-trial publicity and fairness. Now, the media, gag order. Lawyers, gag order. Law enforcement, gag order. The 3,000 people that were there, gag order. Candace Owens, gag order. She wasn't even there. And speaking of Candace Owens, she says she's got some information that she uncovered in the last week, which shows that Kirk was betrayed by everybody. Turning Point USA, gag order. I don't know what everybody, gag order. The judge said regardless of who is watching, whether it's the nation or a single individual, we must fulfill our roles with integrity, civility, and diligence. Well, integrity and diligence, integrity of the crime scene would have been a good start. Maybe roping it off and not just cementing over it right after the guy, autopsy maybe, ballistics or something. Gag order. It's gonna be interesting story.
Candace Owens isn't pulling any punches. She's flat out saying that Erika Kirk allegedly helped bring in major overseas donors, convincing Charlie to push certain global narratives in exchange for massive funding and exclusive media deals. That's not small-time influence. That's the kind of power play that can shift the entire direction of an organization. But according to Candace, that's only the beginning. She's claiming that Erika and her mother had deep-rooted ties within a foreign intelligence network, and that those connections may have quietly turned Turning Point America into one of the most powerful unofficial allies for outside interests operating inside the US. And here's the thing, Candace says influence like that doesn't come easy, and it definitely doesn't come clean. She alleges that to make it all happen, Erika had to remove anyone standing in her way, and that included Candace herself. Yep, Candace says she was pushed out, silenced, and discredited the moment she started asking questions that hit too close to home. That's when she started her own investigation. And now, she says the pieces finally make sense, and what she's uncovering is sending shockwaves across the internet. It's insane to even imagine. Politics, money, and betrayal all colliding in one explosive scandal that keeps getting darker by the day. And when you trace it back, the irony is almost unbelievable. Remember, Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk practically built Turning Point America together from scratch. They were unstoppable, a loud, fearless power duo that dominated the political scene for years. But then, out of nowhere, it all fell apart. They drifted, and no one ever really knew why. Well, Candace says that drift wasn't an accident, it was sabotage. She's claiming Erika Kirk orchestrated the entire split, seeing Candace as a threat, someone with too much loyalty from Charlie, too much audience power, and too much control over the narrative. According to Candace, Erika didn't just want a voice at the table, she wanted the whole table. She wanted complete control. And the only thing standing in her way was Candace Owens. Bit by bit, Erika allegedly began convincing Charlie to distance himself, disguising it as creative differences or a new direction for the brand. But behind the scenes, Candace says it wasn't creativity, it was strategy. And apparently, it didn't end there. Candace claims Erika didn't just push her out, she rebuilt Turning Point from the inside. She supposedly handpicked loyalists who matched her mindset, placing them in top positions across the organization. Quietly, strategically, and without anyone realizing it until it was already too late. And that's when everything changed. Just days after Erika officially stepped into Charlie's role, new files started surfacing online. Anonymous accounts began dropping what they called the TP dossiers, encrypted PDFs, blurred out photos, and email screenshots that claimed to show a paper trail connecting Turning Point America to private consulting groups overseas. Some people dismissed them as fake, but others swore the metadata matched internal timestamps from the organization's own servers. Within hours, the leaks were trending. The hashtag who runs Turning Point started climbing across Twitter, and suddenly everyone wanted answers. Candace Owens, however, didn't stay silent for long. She went live that night in a 1-hour stream that broke every record she'd ever had. And what she said next made even her biggest critics stop scrolling. According to Candace, those leaks weren't random. She says she'd been in contact with a former Turning Point executive, someone who couldn't live with the guilt anymore. The anonymous source allegedly handed over internal messages that showed certain international partnerships had been approved months before Charlie's incident, but with his signature digitally added after the fact. If that's true, then someone had forged his approval. And according to Candace, all roads lead back to the same place, Erika Kirk and her mother. The source even claimed that after Charlie's death, a quiet internal audit was ordered but later shut down from the top. Candace says the man behind that shutdown wasn't a board member. It was a political fixer connected to a high-level campaign committee. The more she spoke, the more people started connecting the dots. Suddenly, Turning Point America wasn't just a youth organization anymore. It looked like a front, one that had slowly transformed under everyone's noses. Commentators started revisiting old clips of Erika and Charlie together, replaying interviews, analyzing microexpressions, body language, even pauses. One clip, where Charlie laughs off a question about foreign investors, went viral overnight. The comments under it were brutal. He knew. He tried to warn us. This wasn't an accident. Meanwhile, Turning Point's official social accounts went dark. No new posts, no statements, no denials. Silence. But the silence only made it worse. Every hour that passed felt like confirmation. Candace's following exploded. Reporters camped outside the TP headquarters in Phoenix. And in DC, word started spreading that a closed-door investigation might already be underway. Then came the bombshell nobody expected. A leaked voicemail, allegedly from an internal Turning Point group chat, surfaced on Reddit. In it, a male voice, believed to be a former communications officer, says, "If this gets out, they'll burn everything. We were told to say it was a heart condition. Don't ask questions." The clip was quickly taken down, but not before millions heard it. Candace posted one final message afterward. It wasn't angry, it was cold, deliberate, almost haunting. She wrote, "Charlie was more than a friend. He was a warning. When power becomes personal, truth dies quietly. Not this time." Within hours, that post hit every news outlet in the country. Supporters called her brave. Critics called her dangerous. But regardless of which side people were on, one thing was clear. The story wasn't about politics anymore. It was about betrayal, legacy, and how far people are willing to go for control. And as for Erika Kirk, she's remained completely silent. No interviews, no statements, no public appearances. Just a single photo leaked last week, her walking into a high-security building in DC, surrounded by 2 unidentified men. No one knows what she was doing there. But whatever it was, it's clear, this story isn't over. Because if Candace Owens is right, Charlie Kirk's fall wasn't random. It wasn't sudden, and it definitely wasn't fate. It was written, planned, and executed long before the world ever saw it coming.
But I want to take the start of this show to address some of the things that have been going around on public, namely about a group text chain that has been made known and released by Candace Owens. And I just want to address it head on because, that was a screen grab that I had shared with people. So it is authentic. And I want to go into it because I actually am really excited that the truth is.
And that line, he was in love, but she was in business. It stuck. It became the anthem of every thread, every TikTok edit, every late-night podcast that tried to piece this story together. Because when you really think about it, love and power don't mix easily, especially when the stakes are global. Over the past few weeks, more footage has surfaced. Quiet moments between Charlie and Erika, Clips that once looked sweet now feel cold in hindsight. In one video, she leans in to whisper something to him during a conference break. He smiles faintly, nods, but then looks away. That 2-second clip has been replayed over 10 million times, with captions like "he knew" and "she already had the plan." But what really blew the internet apart was the anonymous file that dropped late last night. Labeled Project Ascend, it allegedly contained fragments of email chains between Turning Point executives and a mysterious consulting firm registered under a foreign name. Nothing is confirmed yet, but one detail has people freaking out. The firm's registration date matches the same week Erika first appeared on Turning Point's radar years ago. Too convenient? Maybe. Or maybe that's the point. Candace Owens has since doubled down. She posted one chilling tweet this morning that simply said, "The same people who silenced me are the ones who crowned her." No tags. No names. Just that. Meanwhile, Erika has gone completely quiet. No posts, no statements, not even a comment to deny the allegations. But silence, in this kind of chaos, speaks louder than words. Every day that passes without a response just fuels the fire. And now, the story's shifting again. Reports are surfacing that Erika Kirk might be meeting with a private political advisory group, one that's rumored to be building the foundation for an entirely new media empire. If true, that would explain her recent moves, the brand expansion, the sudden domain purchases, even that cryptic trademark filing under the name Arc Network. The internet's convinced this is her next play. And honestly, at this point, who's surprised? The woman who went from pageant queen to political powerhouse in less than a decade clearly knows how to move in silence. The question isn't whether she'll rise again, it's how much she's willing to sacrifice to get there. Candace, on the other hand, is still fighting. She's hinting at releasing more files, saying this isn't just a personal story, it's a national one. In one clip, she looks straight into the camera and says, "Charlie didn't just die. He disappeared from the wrong people's narrative." That one line sent shockwaves across the internet. And maybe that's the haunting truth. Maybe Charlie's fall, Erika's rise, and the silence surrounding it all aren't coincidences at all. Maybe it's the cost of stepping too close to the people who pull the strings. Because in the world of power, nothing is random. Every smile, every speech, every alliance, it's all part of the game. And while the world may never know the full truth, one thing is certain. This story changed everything. Candace Owens lit the match. Erika Kirk built the fire. And Charlie Kirk? He became the spark that revealed just how deep this web of influence really. And honestly, when you line that up with Candace Owens' explosive claims that Erika Kirk was strategically planted in Charlie's life with a hidden mission, it doesn't feel like love anymore. It feels like a chess match played in real time. Every move, every word, every headline suddenly looks calculated. Of course, not everyone's buying it. Some say Candace is reaching, connecting dots that were never supposed to meet, stirring chaos just to dominate the news cycle. But even her biggest critics can't deny, this story feels way too organized to be a coincidence. Whether Erika's rise to the top came from pure ambition or something far more intentional, one thing's crystal clear. This isn't just gossip anymore. It's turned into a full-blown war for loyalty, influence, and power, and we're watching it unfold right in front of us. So, what do you think? Was Erika Kirk really placed in Charlie's life with a bigger purpose, or is social media building an empire of conspiracy out of smoke and shadows? Drop your thoughts down below, because this story's nowhere near over. And trust me, if you think this chapter was wild, wait till you see what's coming next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because the next part of the scandal is about to hit harder than anyone expects.